Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Today is a Dollar Tree haul. We'll call this part 3 of the Dollar Tree haul for July. Once again, it's mostly consists of DVDs, but there are a few Blu-ray. So let's get started this morning. I hope everybody out there's been able to get some decent or really good titles that they wanted. I know some stores hadn't put out yet. Last time I recorded, I heard someone say their store hadn't even put any out at this point. Most stores that I've seen in my area have either got them all out by now, or they're probably virtually gone. Well, let's get going here. Starting off the top is a movie starring Tobin Bell, John Savage, Adrienne Barbeau, Ray Mouser, and Alicia Bowe. And I believe this is an extra. I think I showed this in one of my other videos, but it's so hard to know when I've shown something like 40, 50 titles. It gets hard to remember if you showed this or not. But for people that didn't watch the first two videos in the series, this is Gates of Darkness, leading you to the gates of hell. It's a ITN distributed title. 80 looks like it says 89 minutes. A young girl with a telepathic connection to her twin brother is concerned that he may be possessed. She is even more convinced after a family tragedy reveals a sinister connection between her family and their church. It's a 5.1 Dolby Digital, 185 by 1 widescreen presentation. Here's a look at Tobin Bell himself. Really wish he could come back to the Saw series. I think at this point he's probably sick and tired of the Saw series. I'm not sure. He just wants to, reach out in other roles. Not necessarily horror either, because I have seen him in stuff that's a little bit more tame than horror. This is from the producer of Black Book, The Blitz, A World at War, A City Under Attack. So I don't know if this is like a zombie film or just has that look to it like that. It's an ITN distributed title, and our trusty Dollar Tree staff or whoever put stickers over the slipcover, which I don't understand why they do that. Not complaining, just I'm not going to put goop or anything like that on it. It's just, unfortunate. Basically about a guy named Vincent, who's a poor young man who falls for Ava, a rich girl who is being forced to marry a powerful, shrewd businessman. However, when the Germans threaten her city, Vincent is hired to drive Ava and her parents to safety across the border. While risking their lives to get across the border, Vincent and Ava can no longer hide their feelings for one another, putting their lives in great jeopardy. Okay, so this is basically a German presence in their home country, and I guess the two Vincent and Ava are in love in this one, and they're on the run and trying to avoid German soldiers. So it's kind of deceiving because the Blitz, it kind of almost sounds like it's like a horror film in a way, but it does make sense. Blitzkrieg, that kind of thing, being the German presence. So basically, this is a action drama, if you will, not a horror. I thought maybe it might be horror, but I got reading the back and it doesn't sound remotely horrific, but it still sounds pretty cool. Just a little tough with the German, presence and stuff, like with the Nazis and Jewish massacre, if you will. The Rebels is the next one up. Not all heroes are noble. Well, this is a high octane film as well. 5.1 Dolby Digital and a 240 by 1 widescreen presentation. After killing a soldier in Roman occupied Britain, causing an uprising, 4 rebellious teenagers must go on the run if they want to survive. They must learn to live, work, and fight together in the wild if they want to live or face the wrath of Rome and certain death. The Rebels is an action adventure about survival of the harshest of times. Very gritty, says Geek Legion of Doom. Creature feature corner says it has bloody battles. So that's the Rebels. Really like the cover here. Like the way the font is written. This too comes off like it could possibly be horror. High Octane kind of has all the genres covered: action, adventure, horror. Uh, oh, just about any genre that I like, they have covered. So I'm getting to learn a little bit more about High Octane, and that's the Rebels, like I mentioned. And then I got a DVD plus digital code or copy. I'm not sure. Quentin Rampage Jackson is a Psycho's Path. No one is safe. Actually, I remember this from a year or two back. I remembered it being on Cool Duder's video. I want to say he got it for a review. And I remember him talking about this movie. Approximately 84 minutes, 235 by 1. It says you can go to moviespree.com and redeem the digital code on this one. There's a sticker covering over a majority of the synopsis. But I'll read what I can read on it. But when this psychopath takes out the hospital staff and escapes, he continues his murderous rampage. It's up to Peters and his small police force to hunt him down and stop the carnage before the psychopath strikes close to Peters' home. That guy in the back, it kind of looks a little bit like Christian Bale, but you can't really tell. I don't think Christian Bale would be in this type of movie. But it does say Todd Bridges, who played in Different Strokes, is in this as well. I don't know what role. I think somebody might have said he played the role of like a detective or something in this one. But that's cool. They landed Todd Bridges, of all people, in this movie. I thought he had virtually given up on acting. Kind of like did much the way childhood stars do. They kind of get into trouble and then you don't see them forever. And they'll just make a cameo once in a while. But that's Cyclists Path. And that's 235 by 1. And I don't know if I said it was 84 minutes as well. It's pretty interesting. And next up, got a movie here that's actually starring Christian Bale. And Pernilla August, Mary, Mother of Jesus, Her Love, Her Journey, His Miracle. It's a Cinedigm title. Clocks in at just a hair under 90 minutes. Let's see. It's directed by Kevin Connor as well. Basically, we all pretty much know the story of Jesus, or we pretty much know at this point what's going on with this biblical character, biblical Messiah, if you will. So, and that's Mary, Mother of Jesus. Got a lot of biblical based movies in my area this time around. I came away with like 4 or 5. But I have like certain ones that I've watched at the theater, like Exodus. Let's see. I have watched Passion of Christ. Is it the Passion of Christ? I can't remember. I've watched quite a few of them over the years. But next up is a sci-fi based movie called Alien Reign of Man. To save our world, they must destroy theirs. An Uncorked Entertainment release. 85 minutes. 2.0 and 5.1 surround stereo. Sci-fi, it's classified as, like I figured based on the cover. It says it was filmed in locations in and around Los Angeles, California, Rio Grande Valley, Texas, Europe, and Germany. trying to see who directed it. Oh, okay. It's directed by Justin Price. Some of you viewers out there and friends might know who that is. I've never heard of him. No knock on him. It has a very select few special features on this one, and that's Alien Reign of Man. Next up, I got a movie starring Eddie Griffin, Josh Myers, Najera Townsend. Going to America, the land of his opportunity. This very much feels like a really cheap version of Coming to America. Because, I mean, it even has almost the same exact name, except it's saying Going to America. It's with comedian Eddie Griffin, who played an undercover brother. He played in The New Guy. He was great in The New Guy. Some of the stuff he had said in that movie. This is a Canadian release DVD as well. It's from SP Releasing. 90 minutes on this one. 185 by 1 widescreen presented. It does come available in English and Spanish subtitles, and the 5.1 Dolby Digital English stereo and Dolby Digital presented as well. It's directed by Param Gill. Eddie Griffin stars as Funanya, a man claiming to be an African prince on a quest in LA to find his princess. Funanya hasn't had the best of luck, so he enlists his trusted sidekick Andy to help him on his romantic quest to share a kiss with a woman of his dreams. Unorthodox journeys take them to the most hilarious adventures of their lives as Funanya stops at nothing to find his one true love. Also starring Najera Townsend from Contracted and The Stylist, Mindy Robinson from VHS Part 2, Range 15, and Penny Marshall of Laverne and Shirley and Big. So it's Going to America. Very much feels like it's ripping off Coming to America. And then I got another period piece here, medieval kind of like movie called Dragon Kingdom. Battle for a Kingdom has begun. More dragons than the Hobbit films combined, which I don't believe that at all. It says it's from the executive producer of Game of Thrones. It's from High Octane, 85 minutes, 239 by 1, a 5.1 and 2.0 stereo and digital presented. Limited special features. To save their kingdom from the Dark Lord's army, a group of warriors must travel through forbidden lands, fighting the fearsome monsters of the Dark Kingdom to rescue their king. It was directed by Simon Wells. That's pretty much basically it on this one. That's Dragon Kingdom. I got a lot of these since the waves of, the past year or two. I get a lot of that type of genre. And for the next about three DVDs here is going to be Kid Fair. First up is another kind of like rip-off, if you will, of another movie. The Adventures of Petey and Friends. When friends work together, anything is possible. It's definitely a rip-off of the movie Planes. It's from Uncorked Entertainment. Sometimes Uncorked will do this, where they'll take like theatrical ideas from movies that go to the theater, and they'll expand upon it. But they're not as bad in terms of like The Asylum. The Asylum is blatantly taking the idea and running with it. 73 minutes on this one, widescreen presented, 2.0 stereo, and this too is from ITN as well. Uh, Desert Sky Air Force Base is instructed to carry out an urgent mission. At the same time, a new fighter plane, PD, arrives by forced landing. In order to rescue PD's best friend Drake, who is lost in the desert, Larry, the best fighter plane on the base, is ordered to perform the task. As a result, a competition is held between PD and Larry. PD is determined to carry out the most important task by himself in order to rescue his best friend. So, that's PD. Like I said, it very much rips off planes here, but which is fine because, I mean, it's not like, Disney came up with a concept with planes. I mean, it kind of did, but, like, I'm pretty sure I've probably seen other animated films about planes. Just, it's been a while. And then, got another animated one here called The Unicorn Adventure. This is from Vertical Entertainment. Produced and directed by Kamal Bensal. 92 minutes. 5.1 and 2.0 Dolby Digital. Widescreen presented. Basically, it's about 10-year-old Mo and a 13-year-old Melody seek the help of their family's dear friend, a scientist and explorer, Professor Shanku, to find their missing father who disappeared on a quest in search of a legendary unicorn. Aided by a trail of clues, they set off on an epic journey filled with mystical creatures, a menacing rival, and grand adventure. I couldn't pass this up. Hopefully it's like in the vein of kind of like The Last Unicorn. I know it's not going to be in that level, but you can go to turtleandmotionstudios.com to find out about this title as well. But had to pick it up. There wasn't an awful lot of. There's a lot of old animated stuff in this wave, but this is kind of newer and more, like a fresh take on the animation DVDs that are out there. So I thought I'd grab it. And then finally, for the DVD for kids titles, here is Set Sail for the Adventure of a Lifetime. The Incredible Story of the Giant Pear. I think someone say it kind of feels like it's ripping off James and the Giant Peach, which I kind of see that, but it looks like there's like more like a little bit more like animated like creatures in this one versus James and the Giant Peach. Peach was basically about James and his quest for what he needed to do in that movie. An elephant named Sebastian and his best friend Micho, the cat, live in the cozy coastal village of Sunnytown. One day, the beloved mayor of the village, JB, disappears. While fishing, Micho catches a bottle, and in it is a message from JB, who says he's stranded on a mysterious island. They set out on the adventure of a lifetime to find this mysterious island and return home safely with JB. Bright, bouncy, and busy from start to finish, the Sarah Ward of the Screen International. Let's see who directed it. I like to let these guys know. Let's see in the director. It's a little hard to make out. I want to say it says Philip Einstein, Lipsky, and Jorgen Erdem. I think that's what it says. That's the Giant Pear. From Nordisk Film Productions from 2017 and Uncorked as well. That's the Giant Pear. Well, actually, it's the Incredible Story of the Giant Pear. So, if that you want to be, accurate about the name. Then I got a winner of 5 Platinum Awards. It's called Derailed. Stay inside and die. Go outside and fight for your life. Really dark on the cover there. Apologize on that one. It's an Uncorked Entertainment as well. Another one. 81 minutes. It does have a small one extra, I guess, for bonus features. A woman boards a murder mystery train that derails. She, along with other surviving passengers, find themselves trapped within the sinking wreckage. They discover that lies beneath the surface is far more terrifying as they fight to stay alive against a deadly predator to determined to kill them one by one. Easy for me to say. 81 minutes on this one, 240 by 1. Widescreen presented, and you can watch it in 5.1 and 2.0 as well. That's Derailed. So there's a monster running amok when this derails. So this is very much a horror film. Just kind of looks like a disaster film, sort of, with just them derailing, but apparently a predator's chasing them in this. So you get a kind of a drama mixed with, action, adventure, and horror. So pretty much everything you could ask for. And then I got a really, really early movie with Russell Crowe. Heaven's Burning. Vengeance Takes No Prisoners. It's rated R, 96 minutes. Another high-octane film. It's from the Australian Film Finance Corporation and presents a dual art production as well. Directed by Craig Lahiff, or however you want to pronounce that, or how it is pronounced. It's rated R, but another high octane. High octane was all over this wave. I know I've mentioned that in the past, but this video proves that it's still quite frequent at this point. And I know I haven't showed this yet. I know it's been in other people's videos, or at least one or two videos, but happy to have that. Cool to have something with Russell Crowe, before he made it to the big time. Or I mean, maybe it was around when he, wasn't doing bigger movies, but he looks quite young there. And then I got a movie starring Jessica Morris, Tara Reid, and Richard Grieco. Art of the Dead. Lust, Gluttony, Greed, Sloth, Wrath, Envy, Pride, take your pick. I know I've mentioned this before, but Richard Grieco was very much from my area. He sometimes comes home. He lives probably about another half hour on the other side of where I live. But he does, I think someone said he does come home to visit his family from time to time. So he literally is in my back door when he's not shooting movies if he comes home. So that's pretty cool to see he's still doing movies and everything. When Dylan Wilson purchased a collection of 7 paintings, he has no idea what horrors he has unleashed for himself and his family. Only Father Mendel knows what evil lurks inside the deadly art and the history of Dorian Wilde, the artist who made a pact with dark forces when he created these paintings that represent the 7 deadly sins. Now anyone who comes into contact with these pictures are corrupted by pride, lust, gluttony, sloth, greed, envy, and wrath. It's up to Father Mendel to save Dylan and his family before they're all destroyed by the art of the dead. Has quite a few special features on it for a DVD, but that's the Art of Dead, or Art of the Dead. Yeah, and then it was written and directed by Rolf Kanefsky. Maybe some of you people out there are familiar with his work. That's Art of the Dead. There's one more look at the back. A couple more DVDs here. Be careful what you search for. Yes, guys, it's another Amityville movie. It's called Amityville Mount Misery Road. At this point, I think they've kind of milked the Amityville cash cow machine a little too much. There's a lot of these renditions. At this point, you don't even know if it even really has anything to do with Amityville, and just not being a clever way of getting people to buy the movie just because it has Amityville on the box or on the cover art. Charlie and Buzzy are Ghost enthusiasts fascinated by the legend of the scariest road in America, Mount Misery Road. The couple continue their adventure into the nearby woods, only to discover they have trapped themselves in a whirlpool of paranormal activities. Although this does sound very, very cool, though, because I do like, kind of like people shooting Doc for, like, scary things, kind of like in the vein of Blair Witch Project, that kind of thing. That type of things always enthuse me. That kind of thing is what kept me, invested in horror. Because everybody likes a good scare story. This is a thriller. Boxing is 75 minutes, 178 by 1 and a 5.1 Dolby Digital. It's an ITN distributed title as well. It's produced and directed by Chuck Marangello and Carolina Marangello. I don't know. It's kind of like I think they're husband and wife, maybe her sister and brother that made this. Because they both have the same last name. From 2017. It's pretty much basically it on this one, but looks pretty cool, despite that, it's another Amityville based, I don't know if it's based on what went on in Amityville, but I do think they try to deliberately cash in on the Amityville saga, if you will, by doing that. But it still looks pretty cool, I guess. It doesn't look too bad. The only thing is, it kind of gives it away about it still being implied as Amityville is the red eyes. Remember Margot Kidder in the first one when she went to the kitchen sink and she looked out the window and the red glowing eyes. I can't remember I want to say Toby, but I'm not sure. That's who it was. I want to say that's what they said. But the red glowing eyes at the kitchen window. I don't know if this is what they're trying to do here, which is kind of cool, but kind of, you're kind of seeing how they're trying to cash in on Amityville, but still a nice pickup. And then the last DVD here. This is the Tour of Duty 4 movie pack. Has Garrison, the Toughest War is the One Within. Attack on F0R. Rampage, Vengeance is Ruthless, and Valley of Angels with Danny Trejo. It's pretty much the only actor I recognize on this one is Danny Trejo. It's a Phase 4 film, rated R on all the titles that I see. Two of them are 235 by 1, and the other two are 178 by 1s. One's letterboxed. Garrison is letterboxed. The F0R is anamorphic widescreen, as what was Rampage, and so is Valley of Angels. Like I said, they're all rated R. Garrison clocks in at 100 minutes. The F0R clocks in at 98 minutes. Rampage, being the shortest of the bunch, clocks in at 85 minutes, and Valley of Angels clocks in at 100 minutes. No sense of trying to read each director that they have on here, because I'll let you find that out for yourself. From what I'm seeing, they're all 2.0 stereo as well. All pretty much action, except for Garrison. They're calling that a drama. But that's basically the breakdown of this 4 movie pack. So, if you're more of a dramatic person, I would have to say Garrison is probably your best bet. But if you like action, straight up action, the F0R and Valley of Angels is probably highly recommended out of the 4. But if you like a little bit of thrill with your action, then Rampage is for you. So that's the 4 movie pack. Just like to break it down a little bit, give each movie their just due, if you will. And then on over to Blu-ray. Blu-ray plus DVD combo pack. Movie starring Craig Kelly, Dean Lennox Kelly, Sean Parks, Jamie Sives, Hugo Spear, Chris Marshall, Jason Fleming, and Francis Barber. Trick or Treat. Middle age could be murder. Very much has that like movie like Trick. I don't know if it's trying to go for Trick or Treat kind of thing. This is an Echo Bridge release and an SP releasing title as well. 88 minutes on this one, 235 by 1, and a 5.1 English stereo soundtrack. It's only available in the English language, so I'm assuming it doesn't come available any other way. Let's see, okay, this is casting director. Trying to see the actual director to see if anybody recognizes. Okay, it's directed by Ed Bowes. Ed Bowes directed it. I was looking at this down here. It says casting director Jeremy Zimmerman. So there are two differences. One's a director, one's a casting director. Okay. Former gangster Greg Keelty has settled into a normal life at 45 with a wife and a new baby, struggling with the mundane nature of his new existence. Craig's life is thrown back into turmoil when his estranged brother Dan shows up at the door claiming to have drunkenly run someone over on Halloween night. Soon Greg discovers that the deceased might be a psychopathic gangster's son. Meanwhile, Greg has been having bizarre hallucinations which draw him further into the mess created by his brother, urging him to solve the mystery of what happened that night. So I don't know if this is more like an action-adventure film mixed with some horror elements, but it does have a killer with like a sigh on the back, and it shows like a fun park in the background, kind of like a Coney Island backdrop. Kind of sounds like it might be being shot in England as well. Oh, maybe not, because that's not a police officer, not in our country. I want to say it's probably a UK policeman. But looks like this might have been shot in and around the UK. Yeah, it just kind of makes you wonder. I wonder if it might have been UK produced maybe or something. And then I don't think I've ever seen from Dragon Dynasty. I don't know if I've ever seen them officially on Blu-ray before, so I decided to grab this. It stars Donnie Yen, Kelly Chen, and Leon Lai, an Empress and the Warriors, Tony Ching Su Tung film, from the action choreographer Hero and House of Flying Daggers, special collector's edition. It's a Vivendi Entertainment release, along with the Weinstein Company. You can go to VivendiEntertainment.com and DragonDynasty.com as well. It's rated R for some battle violence. Nothing I'm sure we haven't seen before in these types of movies. If you've watched anything violent, it's kickboxing and swords, and I'm sure it isn't as bad as all that, but they're calling it in the tradition of Seven Swords comes the action saga about a kingdom locked in a desperate battle for survival. Martial arts superstar Donnie Yen from Seven Swords and Hong Kong Film Award winner Kelly Chen from Infernal Affairs and Leon Lai, Seven Swords, team up as a sword-wielding heroes on a quest to unite a divided nation, wage a massive war against an evil invading horde. Created by the celebrated action choreographer and cinematographer behind Jet Li's Hero and House of Flying Daggers, and Empress and the Warriors takes epic action to new heights. Very happy to add this to the Blu-ray section of the Emporium library. Like I said, I haven't seen many Dragon Dynasties on Blu-ray, if at all. And then finally here we got a movie starring Haley Steinfeld, Woody Harrelson, Kira Sedgwick, or aka Mrs. I can't think of his name. God, can't think of his name. He's married. Kevin Bacon. Kira Sedgwick is married to Kevin Bacon. Blake Jenner and Haley Lou Richardson. The Edge of 17. This is I want to say this is a French-Canadian release, maybe? Yeah, this is French-Canadian released. Because of the... I think somebody said about the way that it's packaged. You're only young once. Is it over yet? An instant teen comedy classic, says David Fear of Rolling Stone. It's considered certified fresh by Rotten Tomatoes. I think I had the DVD of this, but not the Blu-ray. And this comes with a slip, so I decided to re-grab this. Everyone knows that growing up is hard, and life is no easier for high school junior Nadine, who's already at peak awkwardness when her all-star older brother Darian starts dating her best friend Krista. All at once, Nadine feels more alone than ever until the unexpected relationship of a thoughtful boy gives her a glimmer of hope that things just might not be so terrible after all. It's from STX Entertainment and VVS Films. And you can go to the vvsfilms.ca site as well. I'm not sure if you can actually go on their sites, though, in Canada. Because I know I've tried to access certain things, like certain Canadian sites. And it'll say, like, restricted to, you can't, like, access stuff. I don't know, it's just, like, kind of weird. Like, I thought you could pretty much go on any site from around the world. But, I don't know, sometimes they'll have limitations on, and maybe it's a spectrum thing. I have no idea. But I know you're not allowed to go on certain things in Canada in terms of, like, accessing stuff. It's from the producer of The Simpsons and As Good as It Gets. They're calling it hilarious and brilliant. It does have deleted scenes and a gag reel. I don't really see an awful lot about it's kind of random. Like, they don't really have anything about the cast on the back. I mean, heck, they don't, other than up here in the synopsis, they really don't say much about the actors at all. Yeah, I'm not really seeing nothing about the crew that made this film at all. But that's my video for this morning. And there was something like 19 titles in this video. And I still got probably a whole box there in a good-sized bag there. So I'm going to guess probably two more videos. Probably two more videos to go, and then I'll be done. But that's my haul on this. Be Tuesday morning, the 20th. Yeah, this month's going by fast. We're almost into August. Another month after that, kids will be back in school, which will be good in my neighborhood. They have been pretty good. I will give them credit for that. About them, being, kind of on the quiet side, considering summer can be really boring. But that's my haul video, part 3. Thank you for watching. Please share, like, and subscribe. Tell your friends about the channel. Right now would be a perfect time to sign up. I'm doing the Dollar Tree stuff right now. I know at this point it's probably redundant to do Dollar Tree because at this point they're probably already picked over, but at least you see what kind of stuff you can get in the videos on this channel. What kind of stuff you can get at the Dollar Tree, and some of this stuff might be in future waves. So stay tuned to the channel. Please, like I said, share, like, and subscribe. Leave comments below about any of my pickups, and let me know what you got. And I hope everybody's staying safe out there, and no one's gotten sick or anything, because I did hear something about COVID is coming back in some places, not everywhere, but just use responsibility. I'm sure at this point most everybody's gotten the vaccine. Doesn't necessarily mean you're safe from it either, really. I mean, I know they say that, but I've seen cases where people have been vaccinated and they're still getting, and I currently don't. I don't have the vaccination, and I don't really plan on it. I don't know. I'm not really big on it. I get people wanting it, but it's not about talking about vaccination stuff because that's kind of controversial and that kind of thing. But that's my video for this morning. I hope everybody had a great weekend, and I'll see you again. See you later. Bye.